PCI requirement 11.3.4 deals with segmentation controls. And you really have to spend a lot of time evaluating if you are actually properly segmenting your cardholder data environment away from other system resources within your AWS environment. A lot of times people will show us security groups and they'll say, we're using security groups to segment this from that. However, within the policy, it is allowed for this port to have access to the CDE, and that is not segmentation if traffic is allowed between those two areas. Sometimes people will say, we have multi-factor authentication enabled within our IAM roles, and that is not by itself authentication or segmentation to your CDE. You're allowing that traffic to pass, and even though you've implemented MFA by itself is not a segmentation control. You have to disallow traffic to occur from this system to your CDE. And so those controls that you put into place, which are typically firewalls that block that access, or other ACLs that could potentially block that access, are very critical to protecting your CDE if you've implemented them. And so within your pen testing requirement in 11.3.4, you have to ensure that your pen tester is testing those segmentation controls. Are they implemented properly? Are they operating effectively? That's what the result of the segmentation test should perform. And if you are a service provider within the PCI ecosystem, if you are providing services to another entity that is striving to be PCI compliant, or if you are a PCI compliant service provider who has payment processing, for example, or managed services or hosting, and you're providing those services to other entities who are relying upon your PCI compliance, you have to perform that segmentation testing twice a year. And one of the reasons that that requirement went into place a couple of years ago is because many of the data breaches that have occurred because a control was operating effectively, and at some point throughout the year, something changed, and a data breach occurred because the segmentation control wasn't effective. And so testing it semi-annually is very critical for complying with PCI DSS requirement 11.3.4.